Call to order this meeting of the Susquehanna Township Board of Commissioners. This is our workshop meeting, July 25th, 2024. All commissioners are present with the exception of Commissioner Hisro, who is excused. We did meet in executive session to discuss matters of personnel and real estate. And we'll have a pledge of allegiance followed by a moment of silence. If I could ask Commissioner Barczyk to lead us in the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, welcome everybody. We'll begin with petitions, complaints, suggestions from citizens. Does anybody wish to address the board tonight? Hearing none, move on. First item on the agenda is the Dauphin County Local Share Grant Program co-sponsorship request presentation. Ms. Logan.
I think the approval of minutes is due.
Oh, okay. Is there a motion to approve the minutes from our July 11th meeting?
So moved. Second.
Moving second. Comments, questions, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Back to what I said.
Okay, thank you. With the agenda contains material submitted by an applicant seeking co-sponsorship from the board for the local share gaming grant. The applicant will provide a brief presentation on their request, and they did submit before the deadline, however, it wasn't received by the township.
Okay, does anybody from Greater Zion wish to speak to us tonight?
Do you have the presentation or? 3 minutes. You just turn to page 5. One page. I understand I have 3 minutes.
3 minutes, and if you could give us your name and.
I will, which is perfect for me because if I speak longer than 3 minutes, I usually get myself in trouble. My name is James Stewart. I serve on the Deacon and Trustee Board at the Greater Zion Missionary Baptist Church. With me this evening is our chairperson, Sharon Bass, and a member of our Finance Committee, Tia Miller.
Welcome.
Thank you. We are located at 212 North Progress Avenue, directly across the street from the Peachtree Restaurant. And we've been serving in the community for almost 30 years. We do a number of different events in the community. One of my favorite events is the book bag giveaway and the back to school picnic. We welcome you all to come. We're having another one on August 17th of this year. We appreciate your support with sponsorship last year for some much needed sidewalk repairs. And this year, we are in need to replace 3 air conditioning units. The air conditioning units are over 20 years old. We can no longer repair them because of the refrigerant, which is either not environmentally safe or obsolete. The cost of the 3 units that we need to repair is $69,500 to repair and install. We have saved $25,000, so we're looking for a sponsorship and a grant of $44,500. And that's my presentation. Do you have any questions?
All right. Members of the board have any questions?
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. All right, and that is the last local share grant program request for co-sponsorship. Is there a motion on the floor?
So moved. Second.
Moved and second to write a supporting letter. Any comments or questions?
Yeah, I just have a comment. This church has been a host to some township activities when we were looking at our recreation, taking the pool there in Wedgwood. We had a really nice public outreach there, and we appreciated being able to use your recreation room or gymnasium for that. So I just want to maybe point out the service to the township on behalf of the church.
Thank you.
Good point. Any other questions or comments? All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
And opposed? Motion carries. Congratulations. Good luck. Good luck with the county.
Thank you.
Next up is permanent appointment of police officers, Chief.
Mr. President, members of the board, I'd like to recommend the permanent appointment of probationary officers A.J. Young and Dalton Aldrich.
Mr. President,
Mr. Engel.
I move to promote A.J. Young and Dalton Aldrich to permanent employment status.
Second. Seconded by Commissioner Sanderson. Comments or questions? All's in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Anything else?
Should I cover the traffic studies? It looks like you have no public hearings. Looks like it's next on the
Sure,
agenda.
while you're up here. Yeah.
Okay. First one up is a traffic study for the 36 through 3800 blocks of Centerfield Road. Study was requested to determine the need for speed humps. Recommendation from the studies are as follows. At this point, no speed humps are recommended. It's recommended that 25 mile per hour speed limit signs be posted in the 3600 to 3800 block of Centerfield. See study for specific placement. Once the road is repaved, speed data should be recollected again to determine if the 85th percentile is more than 10 miles above. Because while there's construction going on, it's tough to really get a true reading. So once it's all smoothed out, Commissioner, we're going to go back in and essentially redo the study. So that's the recommendations. I concur.
Mr. President,
Yes, sir.
I move to accept the traffic study for Centerfield Road.
Second?
Moved and seconded by Commissioner Felona. Questions or comments?
Thank you, sir. By the way, they just paved the road, and I actually do know, I was looking at the study, top speed like 55 miles per hour. I think I know this car, because I see that every now and then.
Right.
We don't have, obviously we go by the numbers over time, right?
Yes.
But there are like 1 or 2 or 3 cars that does that,
There's always some outliers, exactly.
yeah, all the time, so,
Yes. Yeah, but we'll come back in and we'll put our device up there and we'll capture everything.
yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Any other comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Next study, last study is handicap parking request for 3555 North 6th Street. Request for handicap parking space to be placed there. Recommendation is to approve this handicap parking space. I concur.
Move to approve Resolution 2024 R21.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Barczak, seconded by Commissioner Rothrock. Comments or questions? All's in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
That's all I have, sir.
Anything else, Chief?
Nope, that's it.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Next up is authorization to prepare a request for proposal for 5 master park plans. Mr. Canals?
Thank you, Commissioners. The township received a grant in the amount of $249,265 from the state and local share program to produce these 5 master plans. We, at the time of application, the parks that we identified were Shut Mill Park, Apple Creek Park, Margaret's Grove Park, Plum Alley, and Stabler Park. I did put an addition there or another location, since there are a few pieces of real estate being discussed with the executive board. If something would change, I don't think so at this point in time, so it would be advertised with the original 5 parks that were part of the grant application. And at this time, we're recommending the approval to go out and obtain RFPs to do these plans. The grant does expire June of '26, and it's going to take a little time to do 5 parks.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Comments?
Yes, I just want to clarify that, so the Stabler Park, there will be
Yes.
a grant plan for them, because I wasn't sure why that was singled
Well-
out for another location.
Well, I kind of put it after all 5. It wasn't necessarily just for Stabler.
Okay.
If we made a decision on, if something happened with one of those parcels that have been being discussed,
Okay.
And we could pick and choose which one we might want to remove.
So if you pulled a plum,
Yeah,
decided not to go with an apple.
Exactly.
okay.
Yeah, it's not
It's
just,
an orchard.
I wasn't singling stapler out for any specific reason.
You're the pitch.
The oval flowers.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
He's the pitch. All right.
All right. We have a motion? We do.
Yeah.
And a second. Any other comments or questions?
Can we apply for another one?
We already have an application out. That one's for $1 million to start construction on Wedgewood Hills.
Thank you.
Anything else? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you. Great job the other night, you
Oh,
and Heavenly.
Yeah.
Crown Point Park, that was really
Very nice.
Oh, awesome.
inspiring night. It really was.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I went back for a walk.
Yeah.
And perfect setting for myself.
You saw the one I sent you, right? You taking a picture of an ice cream cone?
Yes.
Maybe we ought to put that on the front of the newsletter.
There we go.
Newsletters with Fred. All right, consent agenda. We have four items on here. Acceptance of the resignation of Catherine Hartz, our codes enforcement officer. Acceptance of the resignation of Human Relations Commission Chair Ray Landis. Ray and his wife Betty are moving to Colorado, and so they'll be unavailable. And sent them a nice note. I mean, they've been a real contributor to the township in so many fronts, and good people. Approval of police contracts as discussed in executive session, and approval contract for Shade Tree Commission free tree program, North Country Landscaping, in the amount of $12,396.23.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Sanderson and Pelona. Comments or questions on any or all of the items in the bunch?
Just to comment on the Shade Tree Commission, is it a designated area as to where you plan on placing trees?
I could respond to that. So with the free shade tree program, we have applicants that request trees for their tree lawn. We don't place them on private property, just in the tree lawn area. So once the contract is approved, the Shade Tree Commission goes out, marks where they think is the best location, then we do a PA1 call, make sure there's no utilities in that area. If we have to move them around, we will, and then do a second one. So, but it has to be within the tree lawn in the right of way.
Last question, number of trees?
34.
Pardon me?
34.
Okay, thank you.
It's a Rain Man. Yeah,
34.
34.
94.
Definitely Wagner.
4 o'clock.
All right, any other comments or questions on the consent agenda? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Update from the interim manager. We have
A couple of things. First, I'd like to let you know I put this on the agenda so that you can have a back and forth with me in case there's questions on your mind, rather than having to email. And so this is a good forum to do that. But I'll just hit a couple of highlights of things that are important. The assistant town manager and I talked to a representative of DCED today, and they feel it is highly likely we'll have positive news on our stamp grant. And that would allow us to do a lot of good things, particularly a 5-year financial plan and some other studies that I think we may decide we need. I'd like to thank Commissioner Felona for working with the staff on the IT contract process. We're looking at a number of potential contractors to do the work for the township, and again, the assistant town manager is working on that. With regard to the vacancy in codes, the assistant town manager is working on a consulting contract for a temporary solution to the fact that we don't have, that position will be vacant. We also learned today that there is a grant possibility so that we could bring in a company to evaluate what is the best way to provide codes enforcement services for the township. So that would be great. We get some expert advice and put it together in the best way possible. And finally, I think a big challenge for us, and I'd like to say this because it goes out to the community, is filling positions. And I believe we will have a position available in Public Works, an administrative position also in Public Works, and a sewer operations position. So who's ever listening out there, if you know somebody who wants a good job with the municipality, we may be advertising very soon. So thank you. And do you have any questions for me tonight? Okay. It's a joy to work with you. Thank you.
And happy birthday.
Oh.
Happy birthday.
No.
All right. Thanks, Dan. National Night Out. Do we have any updates on that?
Yeah, so National Night Out will be August 6th from 6 to 8 p.m. Both the Park and Rec Department and the Police Department are putting this together once again this year. I know the police have worked and confirmed the state police helicopter.
Yes.
Will be on site from 5:45 to 6:15. Of course, they're going to be going to multiple sites, and that's barring that they don't have any call to duty at that point in time. So they'll be there for a little bit in the beginning of the event. We're still accepting vendors to come out, as we have in the past, local organizations and everything to kind of tell us about what they have to offer. We will once again have free hot dogs and water for those in attendance, and everything. And of course, the police department will be there with all their fun toys and gadgets and everything on display. So,
And fire.
yes, and fire will be there, and ambulance as well, EMS.
Yes.
So,
Okay, and that's from 6 to 8?
6 to 8 at Susquehanna Township High School parking lot.
Okay, and most important, is Augie going to be there?
He will be.
All right. Excellent.
Okay.
Thank you. Thanks, Doug.
Yeah.
Okay, commissioner comments.
Mr. President,
Yes, ma'am.
just have a couple quick announcements, upcoming events. So on Saturday, August 17th, there's going to be a back-to-school bash at Susquehanna Township High School parking lot. That's from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. I believe that's hosted by the school district or Hannah Foundation. It's affiliated with the school district. And then on the following Saturday, August 24th, there's going to be a license plate replacement event, and that's going to be from 10 a.m. to noon, and that's going to be at the Linglestown Middle School. And for those who may not be familiar, if your license plate is damaged, cracked, peeling, or unreadable, you can get it replaced for free. So there's just some paperwork that has to be filled out. That's being hosted by, co-hosted by Representative Fleming and Representative Kerwin's offices.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Any other comments from the board?
Motion to adjourn.
There's a motion on the floor, seconded by,
Third.
made by Bert, seconded by Ernie.
In the minutes, get it right.
Any comments or questions? All in favor?
Put a capital E on there.
I don't hear anybody in favor.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, we're out of here. Thank you, everyone.